All right, everybody. This is the RawNB podcast, the official episode 1. Well, 1A. All right, 1A. This is Mo.
1A.
This is
Shawn Rawkus.
That's right. And we are all things RawNB from your 90s, your 2000s, your kid stuff. If you're in your 30s, 40s, you know, when you went back to that good old Bobby Brown sound, that new edition sound. What else? What we got? Tanks. Our 90s R&B. Our New
Jack City.
Yeah,
all that.
Our New Jack Swing eras. Our Teddy Rileys. Our Black Streets. We're going to talk about. We vibe about everything that's, you know, R&B. Fun stuff. Things you reminisce about. Our Brandies. Our Monicas. You know, our childhood. I don't know. Sorry. Hey. You know, because they're tourists. Come on.
It's RawNB. It's raw conversations, and there's no condoms at all.
And we're going to be very, very honest of our theories. Again, our
opinions. It's just opinions, and everybody got one. So this is not truth. This is just our opinion. All right. Do not be mad at us.
And again,
okay, it's just my opinion, just our opinion.
And we love R&B, y'all. We love R&B, and you know, we've been in different things musically, and we've been rocking together with music and R&B for years. So, you know, we just decided to just, you know, hit record and start doing this podcast, man. That's what we do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the RawNB podcast again. My name is Mo.
My name is Shawn Rawkus.
And this is what we're going to do. All things R&B. So let's start it off.
Yeah, man.
It started off with, was it 31 years? 31 years to the day, Forever My Lady, Jodeci came out. So what I want to do here is, there we go, screen. We're going to hit this up. Boom. Right here. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's listen to this.
Well, give an introduction. What are we about to see?
Okay. This was 31 years ago today. It was about MTV. MTV had Jodeci on live, and they were walking the streets. I guess they were talking about their album and Forever My Lady.
That was MTV.
Yeah, that was MTV. So they had them walking the streets and singing at the same time. So we're gonna just review this for a second about, you know,
and we're gonna pause it because you got to understand everything that's happening outside of the singing. All right.
Mm-hmm. This is their big moment, so you can tell. So let's check this out.
Mm-hmm. TV, big news. Big news. Pause. Hold on. All right, now look how. See, you missed it. Wait,
let me go back.
A little bit more.
Let me go back.
A little bit more. I want you to pay attention to the mic placement of KC. Wait, hold on. Wait. Okay, you see there? Oh, all right. Look how far the mic was, right? And then you see how far Dalvin is, and you see how close Devontae is to JoJo, right? Pay attention to these positions, all right? JoJo knew what he was doing because he knew that Devontae wasn't that dude that was going to carry the note, right? He knew that Devontae really didn't have a part in this part of the song. So JoJo has the mic. There is no sharing, right? However, Dalvin had a harmony part during that whole section, and Dalvin is nowhere near that mic. KC was supposed to share the mic between himself and Dalvin on that part, because Dalvin had a harmony part. But we only hear 2-part harmonies, okay?
It looks bad.
Now, you have the mic. So the mic was never near Dalvin, but now look how close the mic gets to KC after they hit this note.
Holding me close. Oh, yeah. She's all I need.
Hold on. Look. I did not notice. Let me go back. Let me go back. Sorry, we're pausing this, y'all. We're gonna let you hear this in full first. We're just breaking this down in real time. But look at JoJo, because you're right. JoJo was actually holding the arm in the harmony. You could see him holding his arm in the corner, right here, trying to bring him closer to the mic.
Yeah,
you can see it. But look at look right here. After that harmony note, right here in his face.
That's a face of defeat, because that was when the harmony stopped, and they're on to the next section, and Dalvin was like, "This is some bullshit," and this is happening on MTV, like our first big show,
live,
and these cats is literally doing me like this on MTV, our first big interviewing, moment.
Oh yeah, she's all I need when we make love.
Yeah, try to bring him in.
All right, come on, Dalvin. Come on, Dalvin.
Like a dream.
He said, "Nah, I'm good." Pause. Stop. Oh.
I go back.
So you see what KC did, right?
Mm-hmm.
He remembered that Dalvin still has to sing his notes, so he was trying at that moment to put his hand around him to say, "All right, let's both get in on this." But what he don't realize is he didn't share the mic. He just had his arm around him, but he never actually shared the mic placement.
That means a lot, y'all. It to make the harmonies work.
And you know what? Not only that, he pulls the mic closer to him, like as if he's in the studio singing it by himself.
That tells you a lot.
Literally.
It tells you a lot right here, y'all. It really does. It tells.
It's like a dream, forever and ever. She's my ecstasy.
The peace sign at the
And that's all he can do at the end of the day. And you know what? He's been doing the same thing his whole career. Just peace signing. Just peace signing his way through his career.
Oh my God, this is crazy when you look back. First of all, y'all, this is an amazing group. We're not talking bad about them at all. First of all, this is an amazing group, and again, it's 31 years to the day Forever My Lady drops. So yeah, we're just in real time looking at this video because they brought this back up and walking the streets MTV.
Forever my lady.
But this harmony, listen to it.
The one for me, holding me close. Oh yeah, she's all I need when we make love. It's like a dream, forever and ever. She's my ecstasy.
That is the time when KC and JoJo. That's when KC and JoJo were really born. That's when KC and JoJo were really born. It's true.
I would never find another lover more sweeter than you. Sweeter than you.
Yeah, but
that's where it started. That was the seed.
Because honestly, that sound right there, like when they hit those harmonies, the way they hit those harmonies in the moment live, they're like, oh, it's on. It was on.
Can you play that back?
Yeah.
I need to hear what KC did on the first note, because he was surfing on those harmonies.
He was.
My gosh.
He was.
Please play that back. I gotta hear it. See if I can do it.
The one for me.
There it is. Pause it. What'd he say? He said, oh, the one for me. Oh my God. No one for me. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She's alive.
Pause that. He knew he got that. Oh yeah. And whenever Casey does the oh yeah, he's in the pocket. He's like in that zone. Oh yeah. No one for me. He just go right back. Oh yeah. That oh yeah, that means I'm coming for your throat and I'm gonna wrap this body up. I got the body, we're putting it in the body bag, and then we're gonna ship this thing out in the dumpster. That's what we're doing right now.
You know what? It just makes me appreciate.
Oh yeah.
It makes me appreciate KC and JoJo so much more. By listening to this,
they knew each other so well.
Listen to those songs, like going back now, hearing Life, that song Life. The other one too. There was another one. Tell Me It's Real. Tell Me It's Real. Like I'm hearing it now. Again, you can hear that their style totally switched when Devontae Swing, the beats changed up, and they didn't have that Jodeci sound anymore, because that Jodeci sound was kind of like dark-ish, but bright, midnight love, sexy time songs, like with merged with hood but and R&B. It was R&B, hip hop-ish. It was a clash.
And you know what? It was like it also had a lot of gospel quartet influences as well, over hard like hip hop drums and chords, dark chords,
and that's
minor chords,
and that's why you can tell that they leveled up their harmonies and vocals. They probably layered those things like 5, 6, 7 times.
Easy. Each note
you can hear it again and again and again, so it sounded so full on the record.
Where are we at with the clip? What's the second one? Are we at the second?
We're going back. We're going to go back a little because
I got to hear what Casey did on the second one.
Yeah,
then
let's go.
He's my God.
Forever, my lady, the one for me, holding me close. Oh yeah, she's all I need when we make love. It's like a dream, forever and ever. She's my ecstasy.
That was beautiful. That was perfect.
Man,
that was perfect. He didn't overdo it on the second one.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
He literally like he hit you with the listen. This is what I can really do, but then he calmed it. He scaled it out. He balanced it out on the next joint. He wasn't walking up the, he wasn't walking up and down the stairs the second time. He kept it chill, because I think he realized he's like, yeah, no, I can't do that to my brothers.
Well, the church influence of the is right, the church chords, because they all had that church background of singing in the churches, and that's how they met up. KC actually was like a big singer in church. Like big, like recording singer in gospel when he was a kid. Yeah. And so was Johnny Gill. And they were rivals back then. They were rivals back then too. Like before they all both got into like R&B, they were in the gospel section. Johnny was a kid, and he was a kid, and they supposedly were going at it. What a time to be alive. Yeah. We weren't, but what a time to be alive.
Oh, you know what's cool too? I think when I was listening to their R&B podcast, I think they were saying that they used to fall asleep listening to music, and between the brothers, and one brother would fall asleep to gospel quartet music, and the other brother would fall asleep to Babyface. Can you pick which one fell asleep to Babyface a lot?
Babyface. Oh, it was
JoJo
all day.
That's what he used to. That's how he used to go to sleep. He would listen to Babyface, the After 7, and just a lot of soft, high voice singers, that had a soft voice. He would listen to those type of singers. Meanwhile, KC,
Edmonds,
KZ would listen to the gospel quartets, because in gospel quartets, the minute the song starts, you're at full force.
You are.
There isn't no build up.
No,
and this is why he always started at 100. Hence the birth of Cisco. You're
right about Cisco. People don't know, man.
Because he always hit the track running. He didn't hit the track jogging to a run. He hit the joint running.
No, and
then kept running.
And that's not
so
really,
that's all KC.
And that's not really an R&B style. So the R&B guys, if we have to look at the R&B guys that went full force from start to finish, I would have to say KC in my brain. KC, RL from Next.
Yep. Genuine.
No.
Genuine had his moments where he'd be soft.
No, Genuine kind of knew. Again, he came from the
but he did a lot.
Devontae Swing group, right? Then he come from.
Yeah.
He knew how to.
But he had more of a balance when he went
R&B.
When he got out of that, and it was just him and Timbaland. He was more tamed, so he would be selective with it. But then when he left Timbaland and went back solo, he went right back to hitting the tracks 100. Because even in those jeans, I felt like he hit that track kind of right.
Oh, yeah.
For real, to a certain degree.
He did.
I
mean, strong, for real.
Because when you think about those runs, right? Same OG, right? What's so different?
Oh yeah, what's so different? Yeah.
He wasn't hitting these tracks. He was very much in the pocket. He was very much laid back.
It was R&B musical. It was very musical, yes.
And it's like because a lot of the tracks that Timbaland did is like you don't have to hit the track running because the track is covering a lot already. You got to fit in his track, And so if you look at Timbaland's records, a lot of the singers that fit in with his tracks are not strong singers. Look at Aaliyah, look at Justin Timberlake. There was just certain soft voices that just kind of had the perfect harmony matrimony match with Timbaland's beast of beats,
But if I had to put a Mount Rushmore of 4 singers that hit the ground running, strong singers from start to finish, it would be Casey, it would be Cisco.
Okay.
Cisco, it would be RL, and it would be Wanye Morris. It'd be Wanye.
That's a great list.
It'd be Wanye because at the end of the day, Wanye always he just didn't know how to chill.
Yeah, he knew one volume.
Yeah, he didn't know how to chill. And he was very musically, he was very R&B, very trained with his sound to ride into beats, but you always knew where he was going. You always knew.
It makes me think.
You always knew where he was going, right? So, but RL was just RL was just an animal, from the.
Yeah, man, he was
looking.
He
was looking to conquer. This is what
but
he
you
had.
know what? Why didn't he have a career? That's what I'm trying to think. As a solo artist, why? I remember seeing a lot of
that song. Good Love was pretty good.
Maybe he didn't have the right team.
It's the team. It's all about teams. When we said in the first pilot episode, it's about teams, man.
Because RL was still working. I remember those websites where they would have all the unreleased songs by these artists, and you'd be like, songs that these R&B artists are writing, but just ain't getting placed or blah, blah, blah. Those websites that used to come out, and RL was very present in that field. I always see his name, he always was writing, but
RL
whenever he had a choice. Oh, and you got to add,
no, put your 4 up. You can put your 4 up. You think about it.
I think your 4 is pretty good. I honestly been trying to.
If you want to take somebody else out, you can take somebody else out of it. But
nah.
I think that was
it would be with me, because I think personally,
because I'm mad I didn't add Johnny Gill.
Exactly, and it's I almost wanted to add Tyrese a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But to me, he's like a 7. He's a 7 in the angry singer Mount Rushmore.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say reason why Tyrese is not in this. And the only reason why, Ty, if you're hearing this right now, Tyrese, respect to you. The only reason why Tyrese is not in this hit the ground running singers, Mount Rushmore singers, is because his team told him to chill. People told him to chill. He wanted to hit certain notes and do his thing, and they told him this is how the song's supposed to be sung. Lately, Sweet Lady, he didn't want to sing certain things the way they were sung back then. Yeah. He wanted to have party songs when he was younger. Usher was doing My Way and all these different things out the box. And Tyrese ends up having these legendary love songs, but he's a younger guy, and he wanted to be talking about, with the ladies and cheek clapping and running the streets. He wanted to sing them type of songs, But the songs that...
But he looked like a model. But he was a model, So it's let's keep that model look,
But his team and producers put him in the right spot.
Yeah, shout out to Troy.
Yes.
Troy Taylor had a great
Troy Taylor,
Troy Taylor, who I used to work for, he vocally arranged Tyrese on Sweet Lady.
That's what I'm trying to say.
His backgrounds... His voice, Troy Taylor's voice, backgrounds are still on Sweet Lady. You'll hear them all over the track.
Absolutely. When you pull the track apart, Tyrese is not on the chorus because Tyrese didn't come back to do the chorus.
And he also had a hard problem with Tyrese. That's the story behind the scenes But I did. Tyrese kept fighting him, and kept finding his direction, until he eventually gave in, and then he realized, oh, it does sound good, that type. Because Troy he's the producer and the vocal producer. So when you have producers that can produce a track musically and produce vocals as well, they're on your ass. you know? And so it's like they know what they want. They know how sonically it sounds. Then they also know what emotion vocally you have to do. And they won't settle until both sounds come together like this, you know? So if you're struggling on your vocals, you'll be in there doing quite a few takes, you know, with Troy. I think he's still like that too to this day.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So that's the thing with Tyrese. The reason why Tyrese is not on that list of the four, again, I repeat the four, Mount Rushmore. I feel the Mount Rushmore strong R&B singers, males that hit the ground running and didn't stop, start to finish. Again, KC, Cisco, RL from Next, and what was that last guy? Oh man, I had a
Wanye
Morris.
Wanye.
I'm sorry, Wanye. Yeah, Wanye Morris from Boyz II Men. Wanye Morris hit the ground running because even on Broken Hearted, he was going crazy when Brandy's in the Brandy track. He was going crazy. I mean, I can't remember a song where Wanye was chill. Like you knew where he was going every single time he was going there, and you always see a rain would be on his face or something, especially if they were outside and the rain was hitting or water was hitting them. Water runs dry, or man, once you see them up on some rocks, the water hitting the face, you knew what he was about to do.
Yeah.
and he would always go around that last not chorus, but the bridge, that fourth bridge, that final bridge. Here comes Wanye.
Yeah, because if he wasn't hitting the verse running, they were saving him for the bridge. I mean, hence, look at the song right?
Yeah.
They saved him for the bridge.
Yes.
You know, they had the smooth, they had Shawn and
Shawn would always
and
ride.
Nathan singing the verses.
Shawn and Nathan.
The only problem with Shawn Stockman, and this is the thing with me and Shawn Stockman, right?
Here we go.
He always overdid it, and he always had wrong placements with his riffs.
You think so?
Let me not say always. But
you heard
let's
a lot.
just say that he does. He always did. He always could have cut the riff shorter when he used it. You know, like you didn't have to do an extra. Like you could have literally just cut it a little bit shorter, finish the verse. But with him, I am going to say it. He had bad placements with his riffs. He could riff, had bad placements with his riffs. And when you look at his R&B, when you look at the shows and the concert shows of them doing it now, you'll see why I said what I said. All right? Matter of fact, let's go there. There was a time where Boyz II Men were doing live shows, and they said they got tired of going to the shows because they're tired of these cats not singing it like the song. Why? Because they kept over-riffing. I said it, yeah. You can riff, know your placements, or lose money. That's why you're doing a podcast.
He's doing a podcast because he loves R&B and he loves music. And you know what? I think that's what makes Boyz II Men know, Shawn, in another way. I think that's what made
low
Boyz
ticket
II
sales.
Men. I think
over riffing low ticket sales. That's the formula.
I think this is what made their group Boyz II Men, is because Shawn had his style of. Again, you can be so musically inclined and have so much knowledge that you do need to be pulled back.
Yeah.
You can oversing.
And I think he just got worse the older he got in their career. You know, it just got worse and worse and worse.
But again, was it about being coached and coachable? Because Babyface,
I don't know the story.
Well, there is a story that Babyface had a song for them. And this is after they won all these Grammys. These guys were refusing to do the song, saying the song was basura. That means trash in Spanish, y'all. And all this different stuff. They get a phone call. I forgot the producer's name, or the executive's name. They cursed them out. And cursed them out real time. And said, what I need y'all to do is take y'all black you-know-whats back up them stairs and do that song.
Record the
and
song
show some
like
respect.
I sent it.
And show some respect. to Babyface and show some respect to Babyface. Because supposedly they were feeling themselves. I don't know if this is true. We weren't there.
So they didn't record the song, or they recorded it their way?
Babyface came through with the song, supposedly. And they weren't feeling the song. Thought it was whack. Basuda.
Do you know what
trash.
that song was?
I'm pretty sure it's their biggest song.
End of the Road?
I don't think it was End of the Road. I think it was I'll Make Love to You.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was I'll Make Love to You. And you know what they did when they got in that song, right?
Oversing it?
It's one of their biggest hits. Again, shout out to Babyface, because Babyface did a lot of this, like, placements in a lot of songs.
Shout out to his patience. We don't talk about that.
No, Babyface worked with so many people. Continue with the patience.
Babyface worked with so many strong ego singers. And he knew how to, somehow, some way, you know, he was able to get the vision and the sound across, you know, through very dominant singers, you know, because Babyface didn't have a strong voice, you know, so and it seemed like his songs was always paired up with these strong singers that could carry it, or just singers that were just very melodic.
And he knew how to blend himself into it, and he knew how to blend himself right into a pocket to make the song sound amazing with these powerful singers like Toni Braxton, you know.
Well, Toni Braxton isn't a powerful singer, but we'll say that Toni Braxton has a unique sound. I'll say that. The powerful singer is Tamar Braxton. I'll give that to Tamar Braxton. She's the powerful singer. She a hot mess, but she's still a powerful singer.
I just don't listen to her, dog. No offense to her. But I'm gonna ask you a question. Is Babyface the real GOAT of R&B?
Artist-wise or producer-wise?
That's the question. Because if he's producing these songs for these artists, some of our favorite artists, and writing these songs, is he actually the GOAT of R&B?
He would have to be it, because it's the source, right? It's coming from the source. The source is him, you know. And
think about Usher.
You know, his catalog doesn't lie. You know, I mean, all of our favorite Bobby Brown hits that made him a megastar, worldwide and international, were Babyface's songs. You know,
Usher,
you know, John B,
Tevin Campbell, the I'm Ready album. John B,
Brandy,
yeah, Sitting in My Room.
Whitney,
Shoop.
I mean, you know, list goes on. Mary.
Yeah,
Jay.
He did a lot of Waiting to Exhale soundtracks. He did the Soul Food soundtrack. Yeah, a lot of songs.
I mean, we're not even gonna talk about all the male R&B groups he had his hand on. That's a whole nother.
Think about After
discussion,
7. Was it with the Dell ended up being the least crazy. Wow. And they weren't feeling that Occasion song. Crazy. Two Occasions fire.
Woo. That's one of them.
That's one of them. But again, so if we keep it, if it's a great question that you said, you mean singing wise or just by production wise? Because if that
producer or artist,
because then R. Kelly seems to come to my brain when we talk about GOATs of R&B.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, he's there.
Because if I gotta say with singing and with producing, I would have to say, as a whole, it would be R. Kelly.
Well, I mean, you talking about the number one spot, or are we talking about like a top 5 R&B GOATs?
I'm talking about number one spot.
Really?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to not to say singing.
Because, you know,
I mean, he made some groups work that Changing Faces.
Babyface was out before R. Kelly.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so we can't ignore that.
I know.
And he was doing stuff when he was really young, Babyface.
So if we had to put a 4 together.
Man, you're hitting some tough questions, bro.
Yeah, I know, but because I'm looking at vocal wise. I'm talking about vocally and production.
Yeah. So
you gotta give it to Kels over him.
can't say over him. Let's just say he's one of them. You know, I can't say over him because I still look at R. Kelly more of a student of Babyface.
I
you know?
understand what you're saying, but changing faces, Sparkle. He resurrected Charlie Wilson. He resurrected Isley Brothers, Mr. Biggs. I mean,
you know, I get it.
R. Kelly,
it,
you are not
know?
alone. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Celine Dion.
Yeah.
I'm your angel. Yeah, all that stuff, you know. But I'm sorry, Babyface is still strong, you know, in that world of R&B, and it's
he has not stopped, and he's been consistent.
All I'm saying is,
you gotta put. You can't put one.
I can't. Yeah, I can't say R. Kelly over a Babyface. You feel
Can we
me?
put
I just
four? Can we list four?
Put four together. So yeah, so definitely Babyface, R. Kelly, vocal and producer. That's legendary.
Prince.
Yeah. Michael.
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah, because he was a producer.
He was getting credit. Nah, come on, man.
He just used his mouth. Pause. That was it. You know, but yeah, he's a producer.
Yeah. But does he get credited for like?
He gets credit, but not enough credit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I hear you.
Like that song wasn't going to be a hit without Michael production on it.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'd like to say that with every song that was given his way, even the ones from Rod Temperton. You know what I'm saying? It's like Michael had to throw his juice on it, and because Michael was a cat that he's an emotional producer, so he felt the notes, he felt the harmonies, he felt the sound, you know, and then he would just sing what he felt, you know, whether that was a guitar riff, whether that was a drum or a snare sound, you know. They always gave him the skeletons, though. They gave him enough. Now Quincy Jones, when he was with Quincy Jones, he was still learning how to orchestrate, you know, because Quincy Jones was a conductor. He was the conductor for Frank Sinatra, and he was the cat conducting the band and stuff, and writing out the musical charts for Frank.
Shout out to Quincy Jones. Shout out to Mr. Quincy Jones. Rest in power.
He was only black, and he was like the only black person doing it during that time for big artists like Frank, because everybody else was still racist.
But you're right, and think about it.
And Frank Sinatra was like, "I want this cat with me everywhere I go," you know. So it's like,
well, think about Quincy Jones like this too. He had the most patience. Him and Babyface. Well, listen, Quincy Jones had some patience. He was dealing with some egos. Think about We Are the World.
I mean, this is because he talks different about Michael Jackson than we talk about. You feel me? You know, he talks to Michael, be like, "Oh yeah, Michael was a thief. Yeah, Michael was a thief. Yeah, I tell him, like, Michael,
why are you doing that?
Why are you singing it like that, Michael? You sound just like the person, Michael." You know, and Michael's like, "I want it on my song. Make it happen." Michael, that's the same bass line from the song. You know, do you want to change it up just a little? No, I want it just like that. Just like that. All right, Michael. All right, Michael. All right, put it on the track. You know.
Man, Quincy's wild. Quincy was wild.
Quincy
but he's
had
honest.
No problem giving you the real about Michael.
But he's honest.
We know how he really looked at Michael, you know, and you know, you could tell they had a very close relationship, but you could tell it was always a tug of war of Michael because he was a thief, bro. He was really, when he started off, he really was a thief. Like, he crafted his sound a lot from just taking, you know, but he also had so much of him and his creativity that it didn't matter. It's like, I'm going to take that drum, I'm going to take that exact bass, but then watch what I do with it.
Yeah, watch what I do.
You know?
Yeah, watch what I do with it.
All that.
Yeah, he had his own sounds and something. Yeah.
Like, this is why I say, like, Michael really, he says he's a student of the game.
Yeah.
You know, think how students have to follow the teacher and exactly what they're doing. If you're a good student, you'll do it exactly like the teacher taught you. You know?
Well, he didn't sleep.
So if he's taking the exact baseline, exactly how he heard it, you know? But then when he got older, then he just started creatively making out the sounds.
Yeah, he didn't sleep, man. Mike was definitely all about. He was definitely all about like music and everything about it, you know. So Mike definitely was a student of the game. Prince doesn't get enough credit for the things he's produced. With Round and Round with Tevin Campbell. I mean, he's listen. Prince,
Yeah.
Prince is a genius, an absolute genius.
And you know why I realize now why Prince hated on Michael? Now I realize it. It's because it goes back to what we said earlier. But my question is, so I'll say it first and then I'll give you my question. Prince didn't like Michael because Michael had a better team.
That's what it is.
And
Absolutely.
and Michael knew how to work with people
Yes, he did.
better.
Yes, he did.
You know, Prince,
Not so much.
you ain't working with him. He's just going to produce everything, you know, and then you're going to give him the money to release it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was more like, but I'm in my zone. I'm in my vault. When I'm done, here's your tracks. Give me the check. I go on tour. You know, but with Michael Jackson, it was a very collaborative effort. It was very much standing over engineers, like standing over producers, like stop that. Yeah, do that. You know, like it's very much collaborative. You know, and Prince is like, nigga, I don't need no team. I do everything myself. You know, he got a team. You know, does he play any instruments? I'll wait. That's what I thought. You know, like he had that type of, you know, but it really was all stemmed from the fact that he just didn't have the right team. You know.
Yeah, and you're right about that. And
also,
matters.
when you're by yourself and you're doing everything by yourself, you have an edge to you. You have you can't fucking touch.
You can't tell me
edge
nothing
to you when you're doing everything.
I know all about it. I get it.
You know,
I get it.
so
it's bad. It's bad.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
It can be bad too.
like I said, too much time in isolation,
It's not a good thing.
doing everything. Whenever you see your peers, you're not seeing friends. You're seeing on site. You're on site. You're on site. You're on site. Wait till you hear my song. On site to your song. Wait till you hear my song. On site to your song too. You know, everybody was getting it in Prince's. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's
no,
like
everybody can get it because this is what it is. I'm about that. I'm ready for you. You're right. You're absolutely right.
like I'm really in the trenches. Like I really do this.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I dance.
Yep, man, he's true.
And I dance.
He played all these instruments.
People
too.
sleep on Prince's dancing with heels.
With heels, dog.
With heels.
Straight up heels. That segues into this.
Straight James Brown.
It segues into this, man. This question.
In this day and age,
Yeah.
the only person, in my opinion, that could have achieved just as great as a legacy as Mike, to me, would have been Chris Brown. I just believe that Chris Brown wasn't surrounded by the circle of creative people that Mike was surrounded by.
Wow.
Because Chris got the talent.
Wow.
He just needed the direction,
Right.
right? So imagine if Chris had Mike's team. Just imagine that. It would be something different.
And that's big.
But Chris, he got bloods around him. He got little gangbangers around him.
Right.
He don't have the guidance.
Right.
He's smart, but he's smart according to what this generation smart attracts.
Right.
But if he was able to delete all that and say, look, I'm going to focus on being the greatest entertainer ever, Chris has the opportunity.
What do you think about that? Can Chris Brown still, at this point, right now?
I don't know what Akon is talking about. With his toupee. Like, what are you doing with your life? With all that money and a toupee talking crazy. You know? It don't make no sense. It's like, bro, you never were an artist. Shut your ass up. You know? You were a money guy. You were an entrepreneur that posed himself as a singer.
So you calling Akon a scamming singer?
I'd say
Scamming.
Akon's the last person that needs to talk about Chris Brown and team. Last person. Last person. That's what I'm saying.
But
What is he talking about?
he's saying
Chris Brown's the number one guy, like now, and been for years. You know, like you tell me he ain't got no team. Are you kidding me? Why is he number one then, Akon? Toupee?
He's saying that the team is a bunch of bloods and gangbangers and stuff that is.
Why is he number one now? Why is he number one? Answer that question, Akon. Why is he number one? You think it's because of the Bloods? Huh? Nita Blood's got him number one, huh? Get out of here, crusty man.
So Chris Brown to this day is still that dude.
Yeah, come on,
So
man.
global impact of Chris
What
Brown.
is he talking about?
So our global impact.
And here's the thing.
Continue.
Here's the thing. He's still number one after the controversy. You tell me he ain't got no team? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Come on.
But a lot of people do think
Come
that
on,
a lot of people do think that Chris Brown is still being held down a little bit industry wise from where he was at
The numbers ain't. The numbers don't think that.
commercially.
Numbers don't think that. The women don't think that. Giving 8-hour concerts don't think that.
And Annie's does the meet and greets after.
I have never seen so many people leave a concert and say, man, I had to leave because he keeps going.
Well, he has that much stuff.
It's too much. It's too much. I had to leave because he kept going. You know how many videos they have of people leaving Chris Brown concert and you hear in the background, "It's your man on the floor," you know, and it's just like, it's too much. I have to go home.
He's got energy for days.
You know, energy for days. I don't think he's human.
So
I really don't think he's human.
So you negate what you don't think what.
Yeah. Yeah. Crusty man.
Akon, you're not
Shabarang.
You're not putting down what Akon was saying.
The same guy that sang "Nobody Wanna See Us Together." Nah, he's not valid in that discussion. Sorry. Next topic.
Let's go with this one right here. All right, let's check this out.
Uh-huh.
I might fuck around and go in the studio with Chris Brown and make Thriller. Usher will hate me for the rest of my life.
You fuck around, get a synergy with that young guy and make 7 songs.
All right, pause
in 3
that.
days.
Okay.
Pause that. Just pay attention to that first, because then he changes it up. He don't ever readdress what he said in the beginning.
Let me go back.
He said, "I may link up with Chris Brown and do another Thriller, and Usher would hate me."
That's where I was getting at.
That speaks volumes.
That's what I was getting at.
All right.
That part right
now,
there.
once after he said that statement, he never readdressed that first statement. He just started talking about other things now. But he said a lot in that first statement. He said a lot about how Usher and Chris Brown really look at each other. Because on camera, it's different. "That's my brother. I love you, bro. I love you. You're the one. You're living legacy. You're next." Well, if that's the case, then why did the Quincy Jones version, of JD, is saying something different? Now we're reminded again about real conversations between the producers compared to what we see in real time of what these artists are moving like.
Well,
I never would expect JD to say those words in the beginning. The way Usher and Chris Brown's relationship is shown in public.
Well, I would debate. I would debate the reason why he's saying it the way he's saying it is because JD is a part of that team of Ushers, right? And anything that Usher should be getting that Thriller from JD, not Chris Brown from him. He doesn't mind if Chris Brown gets it. It just can't be from JD. You have to have that type of respect, and you're a part of my team, not a part of Chris's. Like Jagged Edge.
Yeah, but then y'all ain't really cool. But then y'all ain't really cool.
Jagged Edge flipped out. Jagged Edge flipped out on him when he did the "Sleeping in My Bed" remix, that beat, because that was fire.
Yeah, so then
and it was like, whoa.
It goes to show you that this really is just competition at the end of the day. This ain't no friends. Ain't no friends in competition.
I just think that this is a so deaf team. It's Usher and JD, not Chris and JD. Nah. You sit over here. Don't you do that. I think people have to really watch themselves like that. I truly believe it.
But realistically, and I'll say it again, if Usher and Chris Brown were really brothers, like they say they are, then it would be nothing for my brother to have a Thriller, because me and JD, we've made timeless classics. You know what I'm saying? So my little brother now got a Thriller from the same cat that gave me classics, and he's younger than me, and he's identified himself as a student of mine, I'm happy for him, you know? And then when you look at Usher's interviews, he always says he's not in competition with no one. He's just in competition with himself. Well, if you're in competition with yourself, why would you get angry if another singer got a Thriller? If it's just about you. If you're just in competition with yourself.
Nah, because it's about JD. It's about JD doing it. He doesn't mind if Chris gets it, just not from JD. I think that's what. But let's continue.
But why?
Let's continue.
But let's continue.
I might fuck around and go in the studio with Chris Brown and make Thriller. Usher will hate me for the rest of my life.
You fuck around, get a synergy.
For the rest of his life.
And make seven songs in 3 days.
But isn't that counterproductive to what you said your ultimate goal is? Right? When I talk about that short list of people that can make Thriller today, Chris Brown's on that list. It paired with the right person.
It is. But I mean, I also have to acknowledge for the first time. I gotta acknowledge it. Like, yo, this is that. You know what I mean? I have to acknowledge it. I would love to work with Chris Brown. I have worked with Chris Brown before. Bow Wow and Chris Brown got a number one
just can't
record.
give him a Thriller.
Put him on the song number one. That's not. You ain't gotta tell me what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen.
He also says something else.
Yeah.
He said, and because if Chris Brown was on it, he's like, it would only make sense for Thriller. But what they don't realize is Chris Brown Thriller was wall to wall. Sean Garrett gave him Thriller.
It was wall to wall.
You know?
It was wall to wall.
You know, so it's not like
that's what it was.
Chris Brown already had Thriller.
That was his
You know what
Thriller.
I'm saying? Now, does Usher have a Thriller is the question, and he don't. So maybe that's the real reason why Usher would be pissed, because Usher don't got a song like Thriller out. Never has. You know? Chris Brown was the one that brought that spookiness with the big hit at the same time. The spooky element, you know, the vampire flying up in the air, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, changing and morphing and bringing that Thriller vibe back with monsters dancing together and stuff. One of the best choreography routines.
Yeah, that wall to wall was intense.
You know, that wall to wall. I still have to learn. I'm going to learn that one.
That wall to wall was intense.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know why he said, you know, like he's acting like Chris Brown don't already have a Thriller. But at the same time, it's like, well, then why didn't you just do that for Usher? Why didn't you give Usher a Thriller? And it makes me think, did Usher have multiple tracks that were supposed to be thrillers but just didn't hit?
Yeah, I mean.
Because Usher got tracks for days that we never heard before. I think Chris Brown got more songs, but they both have vaults full of songs, you know?
That's true.
So I'm sure, and I used to listen to a lot of unreleased Usher songs. I've never heard Thriller. Never heard a Thriller song out of Usher.
Yeah, the only thing that I would think of is that dance era. You know, Usher had that 2010s dance era where he was doing dance stripper songs.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of the song.
But we talking about the sound.
Bieber is we talking about the sound.
We talking about the sound.
Yeah, and I don't know. I can't. I'm going through it in my brain. I'm like, and no.
And you know what? It was just something about it was something about Chris Brown knew how to deliver that song. You feel me? Because I'm sure the demo of Sean Garrett singing on it didn't sound nothing like Chris Brown.
That was Sean
Garrett? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's Sean Garrett's creation, wall to wall. And so, you know, Sean Garrett's voice isn't strong. You know what I'm saying? So, with Chris Brown singing on it, he actually delivered it too. You know what I'm saying? He got the song, and then he said, okay, I know exactly. And he said it. He's like, he said, I wanted to create a song with Beat It, Billie Jean, and Thriller after he heard Usher's Caught Up. You know? And he's like, all right, I'm going to create wall to wall, but it's going to have all those three elements. You know? And so, and then Chris Brown understood the vision, and he actually delivered it the way it was supposed to be done. It makes me think, why didn't Usher do that? You know, and I know Usher was the type of artist that used to always say he likes to make music realistically based on where he's at in life. He likes to sing lyrics realistically based on where he's at in life, you know? So maybe he was never at a place in his life where he felt motivated or inspired enough to do another Thriller. But don't think he had other Michael tunes, but not a Thriller.
Nah, he didn't have a Thriller.
You know? Matter of fact, he didn't have a Beat It either.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Maybe yeah. Maybe yeah.
Yeah,
maybe yeah.
no,
No,
yeah.
because beat it. Just beat it. Yeah. 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 Beat it. Beat it. You know, so I could see how that can tie in with yeah. And but other he may have had a beat it.
Yes,
But he never had a thriller. Never had a thriller.
I don't think he did.
And no, other than Chris Brown, no other artist has had a thriller other than MJ and Chris Brown.
No. Neo. Wait.
What? He's a monster? That weak ass shit? You call that thriller? Nah. I ain't giving that to him.
It was T-Move, but it was T-Move, but it was still like...
It's definitely T-Move. T-Move with a side of a cold glass of water.
People were feeling Monster Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know those people. Maybe you know.
Maybe I don't. T-Move.
Yo, remember, I'm always, remember that viral clip of all those women and they were trying to bring Lisa Ray and Brat together? And it was like a Zoom chat of all those black women. And then Lisa Ray just goes off on the Brat and she's like, you know, she know, you know. And I find myself saying that a lot, you know, when it comes to these discussions. It's like, come on, man, you know, she know, you know. You know, because in the viral clip, she's hurt, you know, because the Brat is just sitting there quiet and calm. And she's like, this bitch know exactly what I'm talking about. All these women, he's like, no, I don't give a what y'all. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I feel that passion, you know, because it's like, yo, you know, Monster was not a thriller. It never, ever will be. You know, and so it's like, but, you know, Neo has some hits, you know what I'm saying? But Neo was just a songwriter that had the team, you know? You know the story behind Neo, you know? He was writing, he had a meeting with one of the big execs, and he was actually writing songs for an artist, and they had a meeting together, and then when the execs heard his voice on the song, they were like, oh, we found our next competition with Usher.
Yeah,
we can work with him.
Right.
And then Neo was like, are you kidding me? That simple? That's all I had to do?
That's all he had to do.
You know? And then they crafted him into an artist. And then over time, he worked at it. Now, I will say this. What Neo doesn't get enough credit for is his ability to dance.
I agree.
They don't give him no credit when it comes to his dancing. I'm like, yo, you need to see him when he was at his prime of dancing. What album was that? Was it something Libra or The Year of the Gentleman? It was something where he just hit a switch and he was just like, he was always Michael, and he had his mic on while he was dancing.
He was on it.
Don't get enough credit.
You
feel me? So it's like,
he had his mic on.
I will always give Neo credit because he really had the mic on when he was, and he was pulling it off. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. He never got credit with his ability to dance and sing. And this is probably why he don't do it now.
Because why would he? Yeah, you're right.
You know?
You're right. He was killing it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He does his live shows and stuff, but, you know, it you know what I'm saying? But he ain't like he was in The Year of the Gentleman.
Nah, not like that. No, you're right about
that. The Year of the Gentleman was something different.
It definitely was different.
Different.
Let's see if I get it right here. Let's see. This one right here. Let me see what you got right here for this. It should be right here. There we go.
Hold on. Pause this. Why are you playing this? Like, why? Why are you doing this to our heroes? Like, why are we doing this?
I'm trying to prove a point.
You know, I saw this clip.
I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to segue into our next topic. And this has to do with it.
But this is depressing.
This is exactly what let's just listen to this for a second. Everybody, this is Cadillac Chronicles. It's a show. Shout out to them where they get people in Cadillac and they get them singing their R&B songs of the 90s of the past. So here we go with So For Real right here, Candy Rain. now updated.
'Cause you are my love. Never dream. Did you ever dream that it could be so right? And I would find all that in life. All I need now, I know I felt it in you. 'Cause you are my love ever. Whoa, got it, raindrops.
All right. The reason why I played this.
That boy good. That boy good.
Yes.
Yeah. Good and terrible.
Okay, that was the lead singer of Soul For Real now. So my question is about, our R&B heroes grown up now or are now.
I wouldn't call them my hero.
I'm just saying a lot
hero.
of people's R&B's heroes, not mine either. A lot of people's R&B's heroes have grown up and have become, gentlemen, OGs now, and are performing now. We've seen a couple people at SeaWorlds. We've seen a lot of different people all over now. And we've seen our
couple people looking like the Sea World.
We've seen our Genuines. We've seen our Joes. We've seen our Cases. We've seen Maxwell. Everybody, a lot of people are back on the scene. So my question is to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are now saying, trending, that they want their money back from certain things because these people aren't even singing the songs right or certain ways anymore. They're just playing around with the songs and not singing them the way they're supposed to be sung, or different cases. Should the OGs stop coming back out live and singing to you?
No, just come back out right. You feel me? Come correct. That's all. That's all I say. Because, she know. You know when you sounding crazy, So, but the thing is, it's like these artists are now in their 50s. I'm in my 40s, And so I know what I have to do to keep my voice at a certain place. I know if I'm smoking, it's not going to help my voice. I know if I'm drinking a lot, it's not going to help my voice, especially the older I get. I know I have to be responsible for my health. I know there's certain things I need to feed my body, to keep my voice healthy and everything else moving. I know because you got to take responsibility for your gift, your voice, because you will lose it if you don't take care of it, So my thing is you have all these artists in their 50s. Now, there are artists in their 50s that's still killing it. That's doing it. I like to say Charlie Wilson.
Yes.
John B. Still sounds good
yes.
live. And I know there's some other people that I'm not thinking about, unfortunately, from the top of my head. I do like Case. Don't get me wrong. I like Case, for what, because of his journey, what he went through, I could respect his live performance now. I could, But a lot of these artists, I think, in their 50s, they may have had so many years of just abusing their voice, because let's be real, man. When you're a singer, and you're still doing it year after year and you still are behind and dead, or you still have bills, it's not like you're retired. If you still got to hit that track and get that money because you need it, there's a lot of mental things you go through, mental health stuff, and then there's the addictions and the substances that you use to kind of calm it, because you're not that same person in the 20s. And your fan base now looks completely different, and nobody new is checking for you. So that's already a mental warfare already. But it should be the reason why you need to hit that track running and being better than you were before. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, these women are still going to throw it at you, even on your most crustiest night. So because that's still a reality, it's very hard for you to, I can see how it's hard for certain seasoned singers to be like, all right, I got to present my best to the world. You know what I'm saying? And on top of the fact that they're not really making that much money too, on top of that, you know? So it's like all these things. It's like, yeah, I'm depressed. I'm not making enough. I do have a career. These people look at me some type of way, but if they knew my bills, my personal life, how it really looks, they'd know that I'm not really that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these are the mental things you battle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just wish these cats would take better care of themselves, you know? And that's what it is at the end of the day, because we live in a generation right now where the social media is very big and the internet is a very real thing. So when you mess up, that can make or break your next shows.
Yeah, this is not like
you know?
This is not like in the 90s or 2000s where media was very controlled. Now everything's like out of control. So you're absolutely right on that. Everything is like real time.
And I respect Genuine. Like, I respect Genuine because he ran with it. You feel me? Like,
oh no, he played on it.
Criticism.
Oh, he played on it.
And he played on it, and he turned it into something where he's like, all right, I'll be that uncle, you know, that's at the barbecue still trying to do my little, you know, pop and lock, you know? But the problem is, it's like, he still got them same background singers that used to always sing him under the table, even when he was still in his prime. And it's like he don't hire background singers that are mediocre. He always wants to hire the background singers that could carry the song. And like back then, I used to get mad at that, you know? But it would come together for great tracks, right? Niggas get ready. Niggas get ready. You know what I'm saying? Like he had them background singers on tour, on the album. Like you always heard his background singers, you know, full, you know? And then you would just hear Genuine, you know, he'd be like in the, you know, but the background singers, it's really the background singers featuring Genuine, you know what I'm saying? Vocally. But he used them for his advantage. Even back then, he knew he had cats that could sing him under the table, but he's like, I'm going to use you.
He did know.
You know?
He did know.
So he always had that mindset of how to use a negative situation towards him and I guess flip it for good to make him look good.
I think he's genius for that. Shout out for that. I think he's a genius for that. For real.
Yeah, because he could have really allowed that to hurt his ego, and he could have really just crawled up in the shell and be like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? But he still managed to have a career with TGT, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He still managed to have a solo career as well still, but now he's just the uncle. You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is how would the dynamics be now that Genuine's known as the uncle that can't do the same dance moves, or the uncle that's drunk at the barbecue, that's picking up the mic during karaoke? You know, be it that that's his image now, how would that affect the overall dynamic of TGT? Because Tank is still healthy vocal-wise. And Tyrese,
yeah.
I don't know how healthy he is vocal-wise. I haven't heard him recently. You
Sounds
know?
good.
And then there's, he's good? All right.
I heard him.
But then there's Genuine now. You feel me? Not Genuine from TGT.
Oh, no, he's a
track
problem.
FYH.
Oh, he's a problem.
Not TGT track FYH Genuine.
Oh, yeah, he was a problem.
No. Genuine now is different. You feel me? So can they, and then it's like when you get these old heads now together to sing, now we're hearing tracks with just a whole bunch of auto-tune.
You're not lying. Oh yeah, you're right. They're doing that a
You know,
lot
so it's not
now.
even their, so it's not even like, even when they're coming back out, it's not even their real tone. And the crazy thing about it, it was their tone that established their sound as an R&B singer to begin with.
That's true.
You know?
No, you're right.
So it's like it goes back to what I'm saying about mental health, taking care of yourself, and of course, you know, God, your faith, you know,
You're absolutely
and eating
right.
healthy. You know, you gotta have that balance. Shout out. There you go. Like for instance, I look at Genuine now, and I think if someone were to kick him in his kneecap, it'd be over for him. Like he would never recover. Like he would be on crutches for like years. You know, like I feel like that's how gone his legs are. That's how gone his knees are. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's abuse to his body, just like you said. Health is wealth, man, and you got to really kind of.
Oh, and another thing too, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
ahead.
You keep having sex with these women, it drains your bone marrow. It drains your joints. It drains your life. It really
It
does.
does.
It makes you frail, you know?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. And these cats still trying to swing it around and stuff. They'll take their little Viagra, their little pills, and they'll be like, I still got it. But but it's like you're killing yourself physically, like you're deteriorating yourself. Look, you can see it in his face, you can see it in his legs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can see the cheek clapping. The cheek clapping has gotten to him. Too much cheeks.
And this is kind of like heavy here, but this is like it's heavy. It's bloated here. You feel me? It's not solid, you know. And these cats is just trying to get up on their 2 feet and just do out these shows, but they're like, their body is deteriorated.
Yeah, cheek clapping, too much cheek clapping, man. He can't do it no more.
Way too much.
It is sucking the lifespan out of him. Pause. Yeah. Now check the background vocal, guys. What are you looking at? Still sound good though. Hey, the grind in the crowd. Hey, she grind, she getting it. Hold on to that steel poke. There we go.
He's not singing that.
That's him. That was him. No, that was him.
Not
no,
live.
That was him live.
That's not his real
voice.
voice.
Nah, that's live, dog. Listen to it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's him. That's him.
That's him. That's him.
These motherfuckers better get up. Give that man some respect.
I don't know about that either. Oh, he said thank you. Yeah, thank you.
That's his outro song. That's his walkout song. How long was that performance? Not even 2 minutes?
Well, that was just a clip of. That was a clip.
Oh, clipped up?
That's clipped up. Yeah, that was clipped up. That wasn't, Nah, he has hips, man. Now he has hits. So I mean, he must have been rocking on there.
Those background singers remind me of the Jodeci clip.
Well, that's.
Like, are you ready for genuine?
You heard him? But it goes back to your point of the background singers.
Yeah.
So I want to sing you one more of these reaction to these because you sent this to me. Actually, you sent this, and I think we need to talk about this.
Sometimes when I send it, so when I send it to the R&B Convo folder, I don't ever check it, so I know there's probably like duplicates.
Okay, so yeah. But no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy you sent this one because somebody else sent me this one too. Okay, I don't know what I just did. All right. Let me do a little bit better, people. But yeah, there's a reason why I am.
No. Are you ready for genuine? Hold on, okay? You hear me? Uh-oh. We're freezing up. All right, so we're going through a moment of temporary technical difficulties.
All right, we're still going. We're still back. All right, we back again. Remix.
We're back.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, all right, we're going through a moment of temporary.
You was still this. I don't know why it kicked me off. I hope we recorded all that. Oh no, let's see.
Yeah, so I seen it recorded, so I was like, all right, let me fill in the space with what's going on.
Oh, it was still recorded.
It was still recorded, yeah.
All right. Okay. No. Okay. I guess. And you just started booting up the recording again. Okay, cool. So, all right. I can still clip that together. It's fine. So let's see if we got screen, and here we go here. There we go. Share this. Bang bang.
Yes. Shout out to day 26.
Shout out to day 26, y'all. Listen to these guys right now, 2025.
Real quick, just to give you a preface. This is a track where all the backgrounds are pre-recorded.
All right?
They're not singing the backgrounds. That is part of the instrumental track.
The mics that are on are the guys that have the lead parts of the song. Okay? They aren't really singing the backgrounds. You especially can see it because of the fat dude. How he's holding the mic and he's just kind of like... But yet the background sound full. That's on the track. It's already on the track. All right, go ahead.
All right, let me get you.